Good morning, guys, and welcome back to your Friday edition of the Now Morning Show, where we're talking mass, and more mass. This time we head into the zoo. We're partying at Emperor Valley as a brand new Kiddies band is on the scene. And to tell me more, Geraldo Vieira Jr., the band founder and youngest king of Carnival, will tell me exactly what we can expect. Good morning and welcome to the Now.
Good morning, and thank you for having us.
I am delighted because from the costumes that are on set alone, I am seeing it coming to life. And it takes me back to the nostalgia of Kiddies Carnival for me, because that was a big part of my carnival experience.
Nice.
Now, I had to take a little pause because, you know, from that teenage year, there wasn't really anything for me per se.
Right.
But when you talk about carnival, you started off as a young king.
Yeah.
That, I imagine, impacted the choice.
Of course. So I started off in, that is 1996 actually.
Right, that was
back in the day. I was 19 years old. And I won King of Carnival as a schoolboy as well. I was still in Fatima College at the Form 6 level.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, so the first schoolboy maybe, and then the youngest king at 19.
So then you had to continue that somehow.
Right, so then what happened is that my family is a lot into Carnival, and then friends as well. So when Stephen Lee Young closed up shop, some friends came over and said, well, what are we going to do now? And they opened a band, and I was just a fine art artist in school, right? Painting pictures, painting animals, actually, is birds and horses, those kind of sceneries. And they said, oh, Jerry could draw, you know, and that is it, like, he will be our designer. And that's how it really started from 19 to 20 years old. I want to say this, I don't know, Nigel, my PRO, will be pulling his hair out by me saying this.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I was the worst at that year. I was actually the worst. Being 19 and 20, and I grew up in that, and I progressed, and I had a lot of good friends around, and my art progressed from there into, so the band name was Cambule Productions at the time. And in 1 year, we grew from less than 100 to maybe 800.
And
right?
you still say you were the worst then?
No, I was the worst at the first year. And then, boom, the next year I had to change my look and things. I was not a costume designer. I was a painter, right? So I changed. I had good friends, the late Early Silver, Elwin Johnson, guys that pull me aside and say, hey, this is where you do it, you know, and I progressed. And then after that first year of Cambule, it progressed into the well-known banner Trini Revelers. And I won 4 banner year titles from that band, right? So, and I like that we talked about this, that the transition now. So a transition from a King of the Bands to a Banner adult, and now to Kiddies, right? The transition isn't one that is very easy.
Really?
Yeah, it's not. Most designers don't be successful at it, right? The transition, the Kiddies is more, for me, is more into theater. It's more theater line where the adults seem to be more on sex cells, and well, that's nowadays, but you also have, like you saw, traditional carnival and things like that. But to transition into Kiddies, the themes, the looks, the style of costumes and the weights and the everything, you have to be very particular.
A little bit more ingenuity, I guess, because that weight for Kiddies definitely has to be just right.
So yeah.
I noticed most of what we have actually are headpieces, right?
Yes, we have headpieces, and we have one piece that have a body costume here.
Okay, but they're relatively light because, like you say, it's Kiddies doing that. So tell me ages that we're looking at for these masqueraders.
So we start off at 5. Well, we have 5 and under, which is the Bengal Tigers cubs right in front of us. This is the male headpiece. We go into this costume here, which is a hoodie. Right, and this is the budgerigas, and the hoodie comes over, and they have the bird head. This is plastic molding. We make the molds and do the plastic molding ourselves, decorate and paint. Right, very lightweight. Right, so
and easy to maneuver, but you still get a full costume.
Correct. Right, and so this is the age group of 6 to 8. Right, so this is the budgerigar singer. We go into we have on set the flamingo.
My cousin.
Yeah, the flamingo dancers, right? Now, why I brought this, the flamingo is maybe around 30 inches,
Yeah,
which is fairly big,
yeah.
right? But it's very light.
So I hefted before because I was
Yeah.
about to say, let me put it on to start the shot, but it would be quite the shot they'd have to do.
Yeah.
I quite like the ingenuity behind things, but this is an older age group. So.
This is the oldest age group, so the girls are over 12 years old. We have, I said 5 years old for the Tiger Cubs, right? We actually have a 1-year-old.
Of course you do.
Yeah.
Because we who played mass when we were small have the babies in the pram playing mass too. That makes sense.
Yeah.
And in that case, have we looked at numbers in terms of how grand we want this band to be?
Yes.
Can people still register whether they won or not?
Yes. We are 80. We're supposed to be 80 strong. Now, what goes on is that when we meet the road, when we go on the road, we have we're the only Kiddies band that will have live music. Yeah, and it will be performed by Kiddies. So yeah, we have probably QRC performing with us on the road.
Okay.
Steel Orchestra, and we want to thank them for being a part of the family, as well as Proman Starlef, who's supplying the trailer with us, right?
That's quite the experience, and making sure that we bring in the old with the new kind of
full experience.
Oh, wow.
And you can register with us online. Beltimon. The Beltimon is the name of the band. Beltimon Kiddies Carnival. It is a patois word for beautiful children, right?
And we see the flamingos being crafted in the background. And tell me how much of the actual work is done by, let's say, younger persons, because we were talking about sustainability previously.
Right.
But coming from that youthful winning and transitioning into mass, I imagine you would have a team that is relatively young as well?
Yeah, the guy in the shot there that you had is only 22 or 23, somewhere around there. The other guys are 22. Yeah, I have a very young team, but very experienced. Right. Very experienced guys with me. The Kiddies band on the road will be performing at the Red Cross on the 22nd of February. It will progress into the next day on Sunday, the 23rd, we'll be at St. James. And then we progress into the NCC show on Carnival Saturday, and we're going to take it up in the East.
Ooh.
We're going to take it up on the East on Sunday, so we're going to have that band playing live music with us, jumping down the road from Aruka to Tunapuna to Curep. And our band leader, Giselle Butcher, wants us to finish off at home in San Juan.
Oh boy, so these kids need to stay hydrated, but they're going to have the time of their lives as they get ready to party with at the Emperor Valley. I love the theme because it's definitely something we can all identify with. But this is a big undertaking for the first year, so good luck.
Yes, it's our first year, and you can contact our band leader, Giselle Butcher, at 758-8757. And she, I'll just repeat it, 758-8757. And you can WhatsApp her.
Okay.
And you could actually message us on Instagram or Facebook, and you can get our registration. We have online registration as well as online payments if you need. So you don't need to leave your couch or your bed.
No matter where you are.
You could do it right now.
Oh boy, I love that for you. And you're making me excited and missing the carnival scene. But I'm glad that you brought it to us here on the Now. We're going to check in with you post-carnival though, because I know once this carnival ends, you have to start prepping for the next one.
One time.
So it's going to be a pleasure to have you back, as we wish you the best of luck on your very first carnival for 2025.
Thanks a lot.
A pleasure to have you. Of course, we're talking to Mr. Geraldo Vieira Jr., the band founder and youngest king of carnival back in 1996, is it?
Yeah.
Who is now taking mass to the youngsters with a party at the Emperor Valley. Check them out online. And of course, check us out after these messages, because we've got birthdays coming up next. Stick around.